Take off.
Awesome. So, as a
Tell us
quick
who you
introduction-
are first so we'll know that.
Huh?
Tell us who you are.
Okay, yeah, as a quick introduction, my name is Jeff Nutkis. I'm a Nashville native, went to Montgomery Bell Academy right down the road. I have a background in investment banking, a current Master of Finance student here at Vanderbilt. Also spent a year working for a healthcare technology startup in Dallas that focused on risk and compliance. And about 6 months into my role there, I actually launched a joint venture with a company called ThreatStream out in San Francisco, which is in the cybersecurity space. So have some experience working with startups and hope to leverage, I guess, a more technical background to move back into the startup realm. So my idea is called City Surf. It's a live view of the world around you. It's essentially aggregating photos and videos from the past 24 hours with a similar idea to Snapchat, but then geotagging them to specific venues, bars, events, so that when you're on a night out like tomorrow night or Friday night and you show up at Tin Roof and there's no one there, this app would give you the ability to see what's going on there before you got there. I think it's both within social media as well as planning. This allows you to connect with your friends. If my friend's at 671 Bar in East Village in New York and he's saying he's having a great time, this would allow me to actually see what other people are doing there, so we can connect through that way, as well as I'm planning my night, I can see live from the aggregation of videos and photos exactly what's going on there. So there's going to be 3 different modes that the app will be in. There's Discover mode, which utilizes the Google Maps interface to quickly scroll around either Nashville, whatever city that you're interested in looking at, with different notifications noting different types of venues, whether it be music, bars, restaurants, stadiums, whatever it might be, so that you can click on that business and see the stream, which would be like a location story if we're kind of comparing it to a Snap story. And then there'd be a trending, so bars, venues, restaurants, events that have had the most pictures and videos posted to the story within a specific time frame will be in the trending. So if you're in a hurry and you want to figure out where everyone is, you could click on that specific bar or venue to see the story and see if you're interested in going there. And it'd be a following, so if you wanted to follow Tin Roof, Acme, your favorite bars, to figure out what's happening at your favorite bars at that time, this would be the opportunity to click through the story and see if you're interested in going. So the business model would be to allow the businesses to control the stories, push out ads to their users. People that have favorited the business are obviously interested in going, would be interested in specials, happy hours, whatever it might be. If there's an event, if there's a band, and they want to push it out to the users, they could do that through that avenue. I think it's got a lot of potential growth. There's a huge market there. I think there's 100 million daily users of Snapchat, Foursquare, which would kind of play into the social media / review aspect of kind of planning your trip based on past reviews, and this would be the live review aspect of it. They're at about 50 million users. So I think startups are usually most successful when the target market is the founder, and this is something that I'd be interested in as I go to bars all the time. There's no one there, and I think that's typically a downside of going out at night sometimes. Yeah, that's my idea. It's in the infant stages. Obviously, we'd like to get off the ground with some kind of MVP, but don't have the connections with someone with a technical background that need to do this.
Okay. Anybody want to fire any questions at him?
I have 2. One,
Okay.
If this app exists and people are only going to go to the bars that are already crowded, what do you plan on doing for possible resistance from bars that wouldn't want to do this, because if they don't have people, they won't want to advertise that because they all want people to come?
So it would have to be a factor of charging advertising for companies that are getting a certain amount of views. So if companies aren't getting views, and I think there are definitely bars that exist that wouldn't want to control their story or push out ads to their consumers. So, I mean, I think that people that would use this apps are going to places that typically wouldn't be like the dive bar type places that would have no one there anyway. But then you wouldn't charge every bar, venue, music venue, whatever it is, to advertise. It could strictly be specific contracts with each business.
And would you also track over time trends at bars, so you can say this bar is usually busy around 10 p.m. on
Right,
Tuesdays?
right. So that would be part of the business plan, would be to, as you create relationships with businesses and they are trending in certain nights, you could push out notifications to the users that, say it's Tuesday night and it's 2 for 1 at Mafiosa's and it's a trendy spot within the app. You could push that out there that typically this many people are going to be there, get there early, things like that in the specials.
One of my jobs here maybe is, even though I'm not a lawyer, is to think of litigation concerns. So is there any privacy concerns? Like I turned it on to see if my former girlfriend that I have a restraining order against is at the bar, or she's out with another guy. And then that whole dynamic, I just have some experience with, here at Vanderbilt, we do, for various reasons, too long a story, video monitoring of operating rooms. And if you have just one view, it may not be the view that the person wants, but if you allow them to move the camera around, you have 2 concerns. Kind of that privacy versus can I really see what's going on thing. And then anything that really allows to be seen, usually someone can see where the camera is. So if it's a bar and it becomes a popular game and of let's knock out the camera, believe it or not, we have a lot of that going on in operating rooms for various reasons. So not as really as a game, but stuff happens, I'll just say. Those are just like weird things that I just wanted to bring up. Not saying they're serious business concerns necessarily.
Right. I mean, that's an interesting point with the privacy factor. I know that Snapchat has events for like, if you're in New York City and you post to the New York story, you can have the opportunity to be on the story. I'm not sure
I'm just thinking about it out loud. Actually, I know another company that does video monitoring of operating rooms, and what they do is they purposely blur the picture so that it's just a blurry image. I don't know if that'll be good for your perception, though. It gets around the privacy concerns that the people have, because it could be like, I don't want to go to that bar, they're always like taking pictures of us.
Right.
I'd argue an operating room is a little bit different than a bar, would be my
If
take
it's blurry,
there.
you can't see if there's pretty people there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Just bringing
privacy
it up.
concerns, I wouldn't be worried about. I'm a lawyer, IP lawyer, that is. Out in public, a little bit different than operator room per se or other businesses of that type. What I was curious about was, are these photos or videos gathered sort of passively by users just taking their own pictures and videos, or is it active by the bar?
So it's just user generated.
Okay.
But then as it grew and you needed to control the photos and videos that are posted to the bar, part of the advertising and the subscription to CitySurf would allow the business to filter through certain pictures or videos that have been posted.
Okay.
But it's all user generated.
Okay, I'm going to argue about this privacy thing again, because I can see a liability issue from the perspective of the bar. Because obviously they're supposed to card people, and they're not supposed to serve people who are intoxicated. And so if they're serving somebody who then gets into an accident later, and it's on your film, that's going into the courtroom.
Right.
So the way that we deal with that, again, I'm trying to think it through more.
Blurry.
I've been involved with 2 companies actually that do video monitoring of operating rooms. Well, the one way they deal with it is they just have a destruction of all records as a corporate policy within 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
That's one way to
So
deal
the
with
police
it.
would have to move pretty quickly, wouldn't they?
Well, that's the idea behind the live feed, is that it's only videos or pictures posted within the past few hours. So that you're not getting, it's like how you use Yelp. You can get a review from 2 years ago, which is no longer relevant. And this would be a picture from the past hour that you actually get a live view into what's there.
How do you stop a user from saving it on their computer?
like a screenshot.
Hmm.
There are, like, you can encrypt certain screens to disallow screenshots. But then again, I think anything posted to the app would be public anyway.
Yeah.
Would a heat map instead of a live video feed serve the purpose better? Because, you know, if you have that data, you can generate heat maps throughout the city.
That actually, like, part of the trending section that I was thinking of, you could use the GPS locator to plot people as, like, to where the hotspots would be. But then in places like New York, you could be in your apartment and it'd be showing up as a hotspot for the Chinese restaurant at the bottom of the place. It's, which is why I thought that it would have to be specifically geotagged to specific bars to kind of rein in on the advertising, because it's direct marketing to customers.
Okay, we're gonna stop there.